I've made a couple videos before here in the past. There's most of the graves that you see right now are modern graves, or at least within the past 100 years or so, like 20th century, 21st century. So I'm going to take you to the area that has like more historic graves from like the 1800s, the 19th century, and whatnot. And then also West Carrollton's War Memorial is in the cemetery, so I'm going to take you over there. Riding a little bit slow because since I'm riding my bike, don't want to have an accident or anything like that, so taking it slow and steady over to the historic section of the cemetery. Here's a World War II veteran over here. Okay, over here is the historic section of the cemetery. So like I said, this is the historic, here, let me first take off my bike helmet. There we go. So like I said, this is the historic section of the cemetery. These graves are from the 1800s or the 19th century. There are some graves in here from the Civil War and I think the Spanish-American War as well. But a lot of the other graves are from like before the Civil War and whatnot. This one's from 1839. I think there's a noteworthy family that lived in West Carrollton at the time called the Pease family. Like all the graves in this specific section over here say Pease. There's a road in West Carrollton that's named after them. There's another Pease over here. Over here as well. I think it says 1851. Hi, Jacqueline Battles. Here's another piece from 1863. He's born 1828, died 1838. So yeah, most of the family is buried in this specific section. 1839. So like I said, there are some Civil War graves in here. I'm gonna go see if I can remember where some of them are. I think one's over here. Here you go. Here's one of them. 69th Ohio Infantry, George S. Pretz. This one's kind of hard to tell, but this is another Civil War veteran's grave. I don't remember exactly where it is, but there was another Civil War grave that I found last year off in this direction that was well preserved. You can read well what it says, because like the ones that you saw back there, they have some moss on them, so it's kind of hard to tell what it says. Here's a little memorial for World War II veterans that served from West Carrollton. Yeah, the grave was over here somewhere, but I don't remember. I think this is it, maybe? No, I think this one might be World War I, maybe? Not entirely sure. But yeah, I know the Civil War grave was somewhere off in this direction, but I don't remember exactly where it was. But it was well preserved. Hey, KSF 122385, how are you doing? I don't think this is it. No, that's not it, but yeah. I don't remember where that grave was. I found it last year, but can't seem to find it now. But if I remember right, there's about 5 or 6 Civil War graves in this cemetery, and quite a few World War I, World War II, Vietnam, etc. This might be it right here, and I just overlooked it when I was passing by. Yeah, I think this is it right here. It just has more moss on it compared to last year, but I think it says 4th Battalion, Ohio Cavalry, Company B. Yeah, that's the grave I was looking for. Now I'm going to show you the West Carrollton War Memorial. Here's another. Oh, that's the one I showed you earlier, because it's kind of hard to tell, because unfortunately it's faded off a little bit. So here is West Carrollton's War Memorial. In memory of all who served for our country and flag, 1937. And then here's a little marker of the different wars that of veterans that are buried here. Here's the Civil War. Here's the Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. So now we're going to head back over to the more historic section of the cemetery. Here's a Spanish-American War grave. This one might also be too, but I can't really tell because it's faded. Yeah, as a history buff, I love coming to cemeteries whenever I have a chance to, because since everybody that is buried here lived during certain times of history, this is about the closest that you can get to history. Now we're back in the Peas section of the cemetery. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the answer to it, but it'd be really interesting to find out which was the first grave here. Because I've seen some for like 1830s. There might be some from like the 1820s or 1810s. I'm not quite sure, but it would be definitely interesting to find that out. I think this one's a Civil War grave, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's faded out. I think I see like 100 maybe right there, but can't quite tell. $1839. $1877. Oh, this is an interesting grave right here. It has a hand pointing up to heaven. So if you're just joining me, I'm in Evergreen Cemetery in West Carrollton, Ohio. Moving through some of the historic graves here of veterans from the Civil War, Spanish-American War, and then more in the newer sections, there's like World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. And just passed by the West Carrollton War Memorial. So this is more newer graves right here. And on the back, you can see veterans of like more modern wars like World War II and whatnot. Here's a World War II veteran. Here's another World War II. Here's a Korea. World War II. Bronze Star Medal. World War II in the Navy. World War II. There's another World War II. I think I passed by that one earlier. Okay, here's the one I was looking for that had the really clear definition for the Civil War. So Scott Richardson, Company K, 12th Ohio Cavalry. So here's the one I've been looking for. So the other one was pretty good as well, but it was faded a little bit. But this one, from what I know, this one's the most clear Civil War grave here in the cemetery that hasn't weathered that much and doesn't have that much moss on it. Here's another World War II veteran. And in case you didn't catch it earlier, here's West Carrollton's World War II memorial. Here's a chaplain's grave over here. Maybe during, doesn't say he was in a specific, war, but by the looks of it served maybe, at least during the era of Vietnam, maybe a little bit after. Well, that about wraps it up for the live stream. Thank you very much for joining it. Please like the video. Please comment on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.